Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Talking with George. Today I have invited a very special guest. His name is Robert Breiner. He's a good friend of mine. He started as a customer like 23 years ago. We met at the Home and Garden Show in Lancaster, California. And he was a customer and he became a friend, and we've known each other for a long time now. He's going to come in a few minutes and we're going to talk about his business, how long he's been in business. I believe it's like 30 years or more. And what has he done for marketing purposes that has helped him stay in business and be successful for a very long time. So stay tuned. We'll be right back and you get to meet Robert Breiner. So hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Talking with George. I'm right here with my good friend Robert Breiner. Robert Breiner has been in business for a long time. He's going to tell us how long he's been in business. Hey Robert, do you remember how we met?
I do. In your master bedroom.
No.
Well.
That's another story. That's for another day.
That's a different story. Okay, no, I actually met you at one of the, I think it was the fair. Was it one of the fair, AB Fair?
Yeah, it was actually at the Home and Garden Show.
Okay.
You know, it's when I first started my business back in 2001.
Wow.
I had a booth over there at the Home and Garden Show. And you were one of the people that were walking around, and you stopped by the booth and you asked, hey, you guys do business cards? And I said, absolutely, yes, we do. And that's how we started our relationship. And here we are 23 years later, 23 years later.
Yeah.
And we are both blessed that we're both still in business. So how long have you been in business?
Ooh, let's see. I actually moved to the Antelope Valley to start my insurance agency. And when I was offered the job, I really wanted Santa Clarita. And they said, we just hired somebody in Santa Clarita, so we have Palmdale available. I had no idea where Palmdale was. Never been here, never really heard of it. And so I decided to take a drive up here, and it was nice. It was quiet. It kind of reminded me of the town where I grew up. And I figured, okay, I could work with this place. It's not bad. And, you know, new to the area, no one knew me. I didn't know anybody else. So the trick is getting your name out there to get more business. And that's hopefully what we're going to talk about today, to how to market your business and how to be top of mind.
And I'm sorry, I missed it. How long ago? How long you been in business?
36 years.
Wow, that's a long time. It's almost as old as I am.
Yeah, I know. I believe it.
And, you know, there's a lot of small business owners. We're small business owners. Right. We're a mom and pop shop, you know. And we have done a lot of things in the last 20-some years I've been in business. Right. And, you know, we have some failures and we had some success stories, right? So we want to share with our small businesses that are watching, you know, business owners or someone who maybe wants to start a business and not sure how to do it.
Right.
You know, what have you and I done that has helped us to be successful, to be in business for 20-some years, 37 years in your case. So why don't you share some of the things that you have done to be successful and, you know, to be out there?
Well, okay, let me just start off by saying Zig Ziglar, probably one of the best marketing guys that I know, with a good twist. And this is what I subscribe to. He basically says, stop selling and start helping. Mm-hmm. The key is helping others, businesses or people for that matter, to be successful. And you get rewarded as well. And that's really kind of a basic idea of how my philosophy works. And so far it's worked for all these years, 30 plus years.
Wow, yeah. I have read some of his books. Very interesting, very positive stuff, and, you know, very, very helpful stuff. There's a lot of other books that I've read, you know, the 1 Minute Manager,
right?
You know, on how to manage your people, treat your staff as family, you know, look for all the good things that they're doing instead of looking for the bad things that they do.
Right.
And reward them for the good things. And what happens is they do more for you.
Absolutely.
They do a lot more for you, you know. So go ahead, tell us more.
Well, one thing I was thinking, you're talking about rewarding your employees, is not so much just more money. Ideally, what we've learned is to give them time off. Like what I like to do, if my team members like spas, I'll buy a gift certificate to a spa, and I'll give it to them as a reward. Thank you for a great month that we had, and I want you to, you know, take the day off and pamper yourself. And that goes a lot further than just giving a check for $25 or $50 as a bonus. And that's great, but there's so much more you can do, and I think that's a great way of doing it.
That's true. I agree with you, because it also creates memories.
Absolutely.
They won't remember those $20.
Nah.
But they'll remember that day they spent at the spa.
Right.
For a long time.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I totally agree with you. What else have you done?
Okay, so getting started, what I tell a lot of people, and this is the weird part, I like name badges. If you can, here's a name badge that I have that I got from you, by the way, and you put it on your shirt. As simple as that. Or you have another one. Hi, my name is Robert Breiner. Put it on your shirt. What that does, it actually makes you more approachable. So people will see the badge and say Robert Breiner Realtor. And obviously it's going to lead to questions where we're at on the real estate market, how are we doing on, is it a seller's market, is it a buyer's market? But it creates a conversation. And that way you have a way of leading in to potential, they have a suspect, a prospect, and a client. So going from a suspect to a prospect by meeting somebody. And I'm saying I've met people at Costco, Sam's Club, running around, and they have the name badge on, and they'll approach me about my business and say, hey, what's going on in the what's happening, what's the good, what's the bad.
That is so true. I sit on different boards here in the community, and I'm on one of the boards is the YMCA. Okay. And we had a meeting the other day, and I had my name badge, YMCA name badge, and I forgot about it. I walked out and I went to Costco.
Right.
And I'm looking at the sunglasses there.
Okay.
And the girl saw the name badge and she started asking questions about membership and things like that.
Right.
I didn't quite have all the answers, but I got on the phone and I called, the office right away and asked the questions, had the answers for her. And she went and signed up and she joined the YMCA.
That's great.
She joined the Y, yeah, because you carry a name badge. You could be a Vallarta standing in line. Right?
Absolutely.
You have your name badge on. And somebody will come up to you. Let's say you're an insurance agent, and they say, "Oh, you're an insurance agent. It's a talking piece, a conversation piece. I've been trying to get insurance for my car. La 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 la."
Absolutely.
If you're a real estate agent, oh, you're a realtor. How's real estate? Doesn't matter how bad or good it is. Real estate's always incredible, right?
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable. It's a talking piece. It breaks the ice.
Absolutely. That's a great way. And like I say, it's a great way to get started. And one thing I might want to suggest is a lot of people like having their phones for notes. I'm an old-fashioned guy. I take a pad of paper, have a book, and a pen. I've got a pen that has my name and number on it. Write their information down. I said, I can get you more information. Where would you like me to send it? Either an email address or a mailing address, which people may not be comfortable with that. But if you have an email address, you can send them a file about what your product is and what you do. And then, I said, oh, by the way, keep the pen just in case. In case you forget my number, here it is right there on the pen.
Mm-hmm. What else you got?
Oh, we got lots of good stuff. Okay, so I get invited to a lot of different functions, and they always want you to bring a prize, a door prize. So one door prize, a lot of people will give gift cards or bottles of wine or something like that, and that's great. But what I do is I give away fire extinguishers.
Wow.
Because
I've never heard of anybody giving a fire extinguisher before.
And the good part is I have it branded with it's a business card sticker, a sticker with my business card. And I got it actually from Ventura Graphics, just so you know. But if you ask yourself a question, when was the last time you actually threw away a fire extinguisher in your life that wasn't used?
I don't recall. I know that I have some that probably have expired already.
Right.
And we need to renew them or recharge them every now and then, right? Every year, I think you're supposed to do it, or 2 years, something like that.
Exactly. And so that's the name of the game. Probably the biggest thing that's available now to people is social media. Now, when I started, getting your name out there without social media took about 20 years to get known. With social media, you can cut that time down to 2 years, 3 years, as long as you're consistent in what you're doing with social media. I like Facebook. There's Instagram. And the new kid on the block is TikTok, which I'm not that familiar with TikTok, but it's supposed to be the hot ticket right now. It's also in the news because apparently it's a China-run company. And so there's a lot of backlash on that one. But Facebook's been around forever. And I've gotten most of my leads through Facebook. And one thing I can't stress enough is when you have a Facebook account, on the About Me page, put your contact information. I'd be surprised, like someone will say, hey, do you know a printer? And I go, oh, I know a guy. And I go look on Facebook, and there's no phone number about the Me page. So then I got to track you down
to
give you a referral. That's a lot of work. But if I can go to the About Me page, it goes, oh yeah, give George a call. He's at 661, and go from there. And that works really well. And part of the idea of social media is being helpful. What I don't like to see, and I see this with a lot of realtors, they'll say, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. That doesn't do anything. I mean, it's great once in a while, and you got a great listing. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, but that's all they talk about. What I suggest is that you be a resource, be an expert in your field, offer ideas. And if you're not sure what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do, you can just Google 10 tips to finding the right realtor. So Google's going to tell you 10 things, probably 20, 30 things.
Because right now we have our artificial intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
You ask and it gives you the right answers.
And I got a tip for you on that one too, by the way. So the thing about posting on social media, you also want to post about different things. If you love dogs, that's great. But don't make it all about dogs. Throw some stuff in there, because what you want to do is create, like, for example, my family's into dirt bikes. So they'll be riding at the desert or the dunes, and they'll post a couple photos. They had a great weekend at the desert, a little windy, a little dusty, but they had a great time. And so my motorcycle people are going to go, ooh, I like this guy. He rides motorcycles. Or if you're into, like I say, dogs, food's big too. One thing that we like to do, and especially what I focus on, is I go someplace and I check in. And then I check in and I ask them, can I take your photo of let's say I'm at a Trio coffee shop. I was there yesterday. And I got a horchata coffee, which is the only place I know that makes horchata coffee, which is pretty good. And I asked the gal, can I take your picture? Because I'm going to promote it on social media. Mm-hmm. She goes, yeah, sure, no problem. So you ask her permission. Take a picture of them, and then you check in at Trio Coffee, said, hey, got my favorite horchata, and they got great snacks and great things, and, come on by. And the important part is who, where, and when, and what. So if I say Trio Coffee, most people don't know where that's at. So I'll say it's over on 10th Street West, in between, next to Albertsons, 10th Street West and Palmdale Boulevard. So that way people can see and post a photo of the coffee or the treats or whatever you're eating, and get some business. And people actually send me private messages, or even publicly say, hey, I never heard of this place. I'll have to give it a shot. And that's a way of building their business. And they appreciate that, because free marketing, that's what it boils down to.
Yeah, we do that all the time. My wife and I are foodies. We're always eating. And we always post a restaurant where we go to and stuff like that. And I have had a lot of my customers come in and say, oh, thanks for posting the blah, blah, blah restaurant. I went in there for the first time. It was really good. Blah, 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 blah. The other thing is, if I go to a place and I don't like it, I won't post anything negative about it. I simply won't post anything.
Correct. I'm with you on that. I like it. What's the old saying? This is what my mom taught me, is if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. So I try to stay away from that. But there again, if it was horrible, and I don't have a lot of horrible meals, but sometimes the service is a little slow, but it might be a new restaurant. So you got to give them some chances to, iron out the bugs. I know my boys were in the restaurant. They worked as servers. And, when something new comes out or something, a menu change, they have to learn it. So that's kind of a challenge to give them at least a chance to prove themselves.
Yeah, and Dale Carnegie said, don't complain, criticize, on one of his books. I read that. So I always try to find something positive about the location that I've gone. And I do it because I like it. I like the food or the service, right? And I don't expect anything in return. Right. But the result sometimes is those places have become our customers. And I didn't go in there to solicit the business.
Right.
But they saw the post and everything, and then they see my page, they see what I do, who I am, and things like that. So some of those have become customer of ours. Absolutely.
And it works, through social media. I don't really advertise, come see me for insurance. Everyone says that. So what I'll do is I'll post things, and then about me, it tells you where my office is located, my phone number, both cell phone and the office phone number. And we probably get 5 or 6 phone calls a week saying, hey, I saw your post on Facebook. I noticed you're an insurance guy. I'd like to get a quote on insurance for life insurance or auto or home or whatever they're looking for. The big one now is as people get older, Medicare supplements. That's the biggest now, and I've got to learn that myself now that I'm getting close to that Medicare age. You know what I mean?
Nah, you and I both.
So that's the thing. One thing I'll try to recommend on social media is stay away from the politics. If you hate Donald Trump, great. If you hate Joe Biden, great. But the reality of it, if I tell you, oh yeah, he's horrible, stay away from him, whatever. No, you're not going to convince anybody. And it just alienates you. Half the customers are going to like Joe Biden, the other ones are going to hate him. So stay away from politics. It won't serve you well, and it just would actually work against you. So I recommend staying away from that. What I've also noticed about social media, and I learned this probably 10, 15 years ago, is funny is money. So if you can be funny in a polite way, not nasty, but funny, just common stuff, people like that. You'd be surprised how engaging that is. And when I say funny, like a lot of times, I'll tell you one story. I saw a Domino's Pizza on Palmer Boulevard next to a marijuana dispensary place. So I took a picture real quick. I was in my car. We were stopped, but I wasn't moving. And I post a post. I go, it'd be a smart idea for these guys to work together and have their pizza and marijuana dispensary in the same vehicle. That way,
have a joint marketing.
Joint venture. And so, because I figure, I'm not a marijuana user, but I hear you get the munchies. What better thing to having a Domino's Pizza with your munchie lettuce?
What else you got?
Oh, okay. Next thing. This is kind of the new thing that's not as popular as it should be, but I'm talking about taking live videos or taking videos or posting videos, whether it be live or whether you record it and then post it to your social media. And so one thing I like doing is if you're doing a video, you can do an interview, and this is called a mic flag. And this is probably more than the average person is going to use. But if I said, hey, I want to interview you real quick about your business, you can take 10 minutes saying, hey, tell us about your business. What do you do? What's your specialty? Do you have anything special? Any special buy one, get one free going on, anything like that. So social media with a mic flag, that always seems to be really popular.
And what do you put on that? You would just suggest put your logo?
If you have a logo, there's two types of mic flags. There's a four-sided one, depending if your logo's square. And this one's on my marketing company called ionab.com. And if you have a longer logo like Ventura Graphics, you'd have to have a triangle mic flag. Mm-hmm. And you can get these for like $50.
Oh no, a lot less.
A lot less now?
I was just in Amazon, and I think it was like $19, and it includes the full color print.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
Wow. Because I've been using a company that's called PBS Graphics, Impact Mic Flags. They work pretty good. I like it. Another thing I like doing on social media is creating a contest. And I have kind of a shtick that I go by. It's called Win Robert's Money. And then I'll put a post on it, like if you see a movie scene, like what movie said, I'll be back. And the first one to get it right wins. And what do they win? They win a gift card. I give them a $5 gift card. And it has my sticker on it that, because you can buy gift cards that's imprinted, but they're very expensive. Mm-hmm. Whereas you can get 2,000 stickers for
like $80.
Okay, perfect. So now you got yourself 2,000 gift cards available, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, and the business card, it's business card size sticker. They're the same size as your business card.
Right.
It's a full color card, like the one that you have on that fire extinguisher.
Right, or this is a sticker as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Because a lot of times when I go to a meeting, they'll say, "Hey, can you bring something to eat or a snack?" So I'll go to a local donut shop. I'm a big fan of J&J's Donuts in Quartz Hill. So I said, give me, a couple dozen donuts, and I'll put this on top of the box, open the box, put it on the inside as well. That way, people say, oh, okay, this is from Robert Breiner, the insurance guy.
Right.
And once again, it's kind of a subtle way to promote your businesses and also become top of mind. So when you think about, I need to get insurance, my company went out of California. Mm-hmm. So that way you want to be able them to think about you first.
So it's all about marketing. It's all about branding.
Branding's
Branding, you know,
it's
make
huge.
sure that your brand is out there, that everybody sees it. What's that red house that you have? That
Okay, this is another thing. I used to market or brand myself towards the guys. So I'd give them like a something for the garage. Well, then it dawned on me that most of the insurance or even buying decisions are by the women. So you want to stay in front of the women. And what I got from you is a jar opener. So it goes in the kitchen drawer, stays there forever till it wears out. And a lot of times they'll call me and say, "Hey, do you have any more of those things? Mine just wore out after all these years." I said, "Sure, no problem. I'll mail it to them." Or I said, "Stop by the office, pick it up if you like. It's not a problem." And it works out pretty good.
And you know, a lot of times, you know, it's not just for women.
No.
Because, you know, my wife will ask me, "Hey, honey, can you open this for me?" And you know, sometimes I can't, so I use this. You know,
I'm the same way now.
I use this to go ahead and help open the jar, you know, and stuff like that.
Actually, the sad part is I'm actually putting these almost in every drawer because I need it so often now when when you have to open up a jar of pickles,
Yeah,
olives, whatever it takes. It's hard. You just don't get the grip like you used to, like the old days.
right.
So
Exactly.
it works out pretty good.
I have lost my grip. I drop things now.
Oh,
You know, they
Yeah.
said, you know, I have no grip. You know, so I guess I don't know. It's part of aging, but you know.
and then let me share another thing that I've got with you. This is a business card. It's a friend of mine. He's a locksmith, Jeff Nouse. And what it is, people say, "Hey, do you have a card?" So he gives them out a poker chip. Now, the good thing about a poker chip, it's more expensive. I'll grant you that, but it stays around for 5, 6 years. I've given these away to a teller, and at the bank, and I went back in to do something, and they opened the drawer, and it was still there 4 or 5 years later.
Wow.
I could tell because I always change the picture when I make a new run. That way, I know how old it is, and that way I know it's still working and still making making the memories.
Yeah, we have one on the screen right now.
There you go. That's
you know,
one.
that you were dressed as a priest there. That's
Right.
when you were called the minister of marketing.
Yeah, just kind of a jokey thing, and getting back to funny as money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not really a priest. Obviously, I went to Catholic school, but that's about as close as I got. And but it's it's unique, and I guess the key part is being unique. For example, like the shirt I'm wearing is today's Tuesday, so this is my Taco Tuesday shirt. So today, I don't know what time they open up, but I'm going to go find me a taco shop around here.
Oh, I'm sure there's a taco truck out there somewhere. You know, they have to come up with some breakfast tacos.
Or burritos.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan.
But it's Taco Tuesday, not burrito.
That's
day,
true.
You know? So
That's
it's Taco
true.
Tuesday. So, taqueros, if you're out there, hey, we want some breakfast tacos. Some huevo with chorizo taco type of thing, right?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. So that's that's kind of the skinny in a short.
And then you got a little black box there that's with the yellow striping.
Correct. Now, I forgot to tell you that when you're making videos, and I say videos, you can use your phone. You got your camera. It's a video camera, unless you're using a flip phone, which, okay, probably not going to be for you. But you have your videos. Now, the worst thing about videos is the sound quality.
Uh-huh.
And I'll use you as an example. So you were at the truck fair. What's it called? Love My Truck or?
Oh yeah. This weekend we had the Love My Ride,
Love My Ride
car show.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I went to the car show, and you shot a live video out there. Said, "Hey, this is George from the car show. Just come join us." The problem was, I think your wife was holding the camera, or somebody was holding I don't know who's holding the camera.
Yeah, Ashley was holding.
Okay, so holding the camera, and you were not that far away, maybe 10 feet, but there was music in the background, and all I could hear is George, lots of music,
Right.
lots of music. And I said, okay, this is we got to change this. So what I tell people is, this is $100 on Amazon. It's a lavalier mic, so you have one receiver and 2 transmitters. The transmitter you can put on your shirt, you clip it on your shirt, or you can actually put it. It slides onto your mic flag. And now you got your interview, if you wanted to go that route.
Mm-hmm.
But like I say, Amazon, and it's called the Newer, and it's a CM28, $100.
$100.
Now, DGI sells one and Rode sells one for 3 times the amount. And I have them. But the problem is, because it's so expensive, I'm afraid to lose them. Whereas this, I'm only into it for $100. I figured, worst case scenario, if it breaks or I lose it or I drop it, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, they work great. I like them. I have a pair myself. Mine, it's a different brand. It's a Holy Land, but it looks just like that. It's black with the yellow and everything. And it works great. If I knew that we were going to do a live video that morning, I would have had it. I would have carried it with me. I didn't. And it happened that I was walking, and she goes, "Here, we're going to go live. 1, 2, go." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And yeah, and I could hear the music in the background. It was very loud.
Right.
And then after I finished doing my segment and she picked up, she started talking, you could hear her loud and clear.
Right.
Because she had the cell phone right here and she was very close to the microphone.
Exactly.
And I was like maybe 8-10 feet away from the microphone.
Now, one thing they sell, which if $100 is kind of out of your budget, they make a mic that's a lavalier that clips to your shirt with a long cable, 20, 30 feet, whatever you want, and it plugs into your phone, and then you got yourself a $20 microphone. You still got a cable attached to it, but it's better than nothing, and you got to have... There are 2 things of videos, obviously the image quality and sound quality. Mm-hmm. If you ever watched a video with lousy quality on YouTube, the sound quality is horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I'll watch it for 5 seconds, and I said, this isn't going to work for me.
Yeah.
And I'll click away and find something else.
Now, one thing that I've noticed and I've learned from you in the last, 20-some years that we've known each other is that you're a giver.
Correct.
You're a giver. You like to give a lot back to the community. You give a lot of advice.
Right.
There's been a couple times that, "Hey, Robert, I need help. I need blah, blah, blah." You're there. You never said no.
Right.
So you're always there. You're a giver. And I know that you like to give advice, right?
If they ask for it. And one thing I learned about, especially women, if they want to complain, they might want just an ear to listen to. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times before I offer advice, I said, "Did you want me just to listen? Or do you want me to give you an idea of how to work the solution out?"
Okay.
And that works pretty well.
Very well. What if someone right now that's watching this, would like to talk to you, ask for some advice on some marketing tips?
Oh, absolutely.
Or even an insurance tip. How can they get a hold of you?
My cell phone is probably the best way, and I have no problem putting my cell phone out. It's 661-810-5651. And it's a cell phone. Unfortunately, I get spammed a lot because my number's out there, so I get a lot of text messages from Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and everyone wants my money because they're running behind and they need extra money. So I say, okay, whatever. Yeah. But I do have texting, so if you text me, "Hey, do you have a second to talk?" Hi, this is Steve Smith. I run the pet grooming business. Mm-hmm. Do you have a couple minutes to talk? Great, that's not a problem.
Do you prefer someone to call you, text you, or email you?
I don't look at emails anymore because I think every morning, I don't know about you, but I probably get 60, 70 emails a day. I try to go through it, and it got so bad that Gmail said, "Hey, you're full," which means I have like 40,000 emails. And I had to delete them, and I don't know how to delete them, so I had to call my tech expert, my son. I said, "Hey, how do I get rid of all these emails? I'll keep 2024, 2023, and then everything else, get rid of."
Are those unread emails from 2021 or back then?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I logged into my wife's laptop one day, and she had like 1,500 unread emails.
Right.
And I'm like, "Vicky," and we finally deleted them, but that's a lot of emails. I come to my office, I probably have 60, 90 emails in the morning when I walk in.
Business or just junk?
It's a combination of both. Okay. There's a lot of junk emails.
Correct. Okay.
There's a lot of junk emails that I get. So listen, I want to thank you, for coming out here and spend some minutes with me and talking about, some marketing tips and things like that. Hopefully this will help somebody who's out there watching us.
Right.
And if anybody have any questions, call Robert anytime, right?
You bet, absolutely.
24/7, no.
There's an old joke. If you text me after 9 p.m., I'll text you tomorrow about 4:30 in the morning.
4:30. Yeah, we get
In
home
the morning.
and we wake up early. Man.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the downside to being older. You don't need as much sleep. As you go to bed at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you wake up at 5. It's like, dang, I'm wide awake. Like today, I woke up at 5 o'clock to be here. And I was like, I got another 3 hours to kill.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. But, thank you, Robert. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, the conversation that we had with Robert. Thank you for, being here on our channel. Hit that button, the subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, and let's make this channel grow. This is our third podcast.
Now, I told a couple of people I was going to be on there, and they said, "Oh, how can we see the podcast?" So I'm going to ask that to you. How can people find this podcast?
So it's on YouTube. It's
Okay.
just go to YouTube and Talking with George, with
Right.
Jorge, Jorge, and then I post it on Facebook.
Okay.
I'm a Facebook guy.
Right.
I post it on Facebook, and the link is there. So when you click it on Facebook, it'll take you directly to the YouTube channel.
So I know on YouTube you have to shoot videos in landscape mode. Does Facebook require landscape mode as well, or is it in portrait mode?
Facebook is landscape.
Okay.
That's why this has been recorded in landscape.
Okay.
The vertical ones are for like Instagram and things
Right.
like that. And I should be on Instagram. I'm not
Right.
there yet. I am, but I don't know how to use it. I'm old fashioned. I'm a Facebook guy.
Well, I agree as well. But once again, I want to thank you again for having me here. It was great, and let's do it again.